Oh my goodness. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Henry. I am at Brome Lake, just north of Cat Lake in Squamish. And there's a new outhouse here. Look at that. I guess people were pooping in the bush way too much. So I am gonna go for a dive at that usual, not quite the cliff jump area. I gotta watch my step here. Those rocks might be slippery. But I do traditionally find a ton of containers and such. So I'm gonna enter the water right over there. Oh, there's a new picnic table. Man, this is like probably really treacherous here. I should really watch my step. Hang on, guys. Okay, I'm gonna try not to fall and break some very expensive diving gear. This scooter is worth probably about 10 grand, and they don't make this particular one anymore. Ooh, the water level is up. That's good. Water level is high. The last few lakes I've been at, the water level has been low because of the droughty summer. I'm probably in between rain, so I'm gonna get dressed before the rain comes, because you guys know how I feel about diving when it's wet. I don't want to get my dive underwear wet and then get in the water, because then it's just cold. So looks like they've done some extra work up here. There's 2 new picnic tables. There's one over there, one here, and then there's an outhouse in this position here. That's good. All right, see you guys in the water. All right, here we go, guys. So what I'm doing here is, from my launch point, I'm just scootering at the surface. You've seen me do this before. There's a raindrop, so you can see it. I got dressed just in time before the rain came, so I don't get my dive underwear wet. You can see the pitter-pattering of the rain as I scooter across the surface. You can see here, obviously, I don't have my regulator in my mouth, and the reason for that is because I'm trying to conserve as much breathing air as possible in my scuba tank. And just past the first rock, that's actually, I think there's a sign there. It's kind of like the Dog Beach area, so I'm scootering past that. And I'm just kind of taking a peek to see if I see any trash. If I do see something, I'll pick it up, but I didn't see any. So hit the second area that that the trail, like the hiking trail, would take you to. And this is kind of like the first of the little sort of sunning, drinking, cliff jumping area. There is actually a cliff jump further along, apparently. I've never really been there before, but this is the first area where people go sun themselves. And you can see by the slope of the rock, it does go down very, very steep. And as a result of that, people tend to lose things all the time. So either by way of jumping, sort of taking a massive leap of faith, jump into the lake, or things just get knocked over by, say, dogs, or maybe just inadvertently lose stuff over that rounded rock face, as it were. So I do find a lot of stuff underneath here. You can see here definitely is some beer cans and so on. I have no idea if these are malicious or not. It doesn't really matter. I'm here to get it out. Kind of start from one side of the rock face. This is looking slightly to the left. And oh, I'm so glad to find this phone. I was like, oh wow, look at that. It's always fun to find really fun things. So this phone here, I did actually use my SIM card trick. Longtime followers of the channel know that I actually just pull the SIM card out, use a SIM card reader, get the phone number, get a hold of the guy. And I did find the owner, and of course they said they would come and pick it up, and oddly enough, they never did. Anyway, there was a full beer and there's a full ginger ale. It's kind of fun finding those, because I know that I'll do a little taste testing later on. And I do them mostly on TikTok, which is hashtag swap beer. And here's a wallet. I'm actually quite surprised I even found that, just because it was actually super hard to see. A little wallet with an air tag on it, and I did actually find the owner really easily just because of the ID. I messaged this person. He's actually a doctor based out of Squamish. I messaged him on Facebook, on Instagram, and I called his office and left a number. And he never got back to me. which is odd because, bro, I have your wallet. You can have it back. Like I don't want any money for it. So it's strange that they would not contact me. Anyway, so I've collected enough garbage. I'm scootering back, came to the surface to kind of check to see where I was, because I don't know where I am in the water. I know that we're heading the right direction. I just don't know exactly where I am. So as I'm scootering back in the shallower depth, it's around like 15 feet or so, I'm seeing various pieces of garbage, picking that up, and eventually making my way back to my exit point. I did have a couple of choices of where I want to come out of the water, and decided that the furthest point possible. And you can see here the rocks that I'm sitting on. It's actually super slippery here, and I have to be really, really careful. This is the part where I really wish I had somebody helping me, because, man, this stuff is like heavy. Like I got my dive gear on my back. There's a lot of weight. I got my personal dive gear. I've got the garbage. I've got the scooter. Oh, so much work. Woo! Fun dive. All right, so got a bunch of fun stuff. Got an iPhone, Apple Watch, got a wallet with an AirTag in it. Obviously, I have the wallet information. I'm going to see, I've never used an AirTag before. I'm going to see if I can actually find the person using an AirTag. I have no idea how that works, but I got to figure that out. All right, let me get out of my suit and show you what I got. Okay, so I've already weighed this. It's 29 pounds, and let me dump it out and show you what I got. Oh, try not to break the glass here. Oh, some of it's broken. Oh, I broke one of them. Dang it. It's always awkward trying to dump out glass in here. We've got one swamp beer, one swamp Coke, Pepsi, no, ginger ale. One swamp ginger ale. Okay, here we go. That's all the stuff here. I think it's like 29 pounds. I got 3 swamp beers. One of them is non-alcoholic ginger ale. I thought I only found the one, but I found 2 of them. That's a tequila smash. Anyway, they look intact, so they will go into the swamp beer pile to be tasted later. But it looks like 15, 16, 17 cans. There's one that's like kind of half torn right there. Back to here, we got, looks like we have 21 glass bottles, 1 plastic container, plus like 1, I don't know, that might be a drink container, but I feel like that's more like a food jar. That's interesting, eh? It's got the pattern on it. That's cool. And then in here, not only do we have an interesting, I mean, obviously these are junk because they're so degraded, but look at this 7-Up bottle here. I mean, that's pretty beat up, but that looks kind of vintage, right? Fresh up with 7-Up. I feel like that would have sounded better if it's a freshen up with 7-Up. Anyway, that's the glass bottle that I broke, golf ball. So there's the iPhone that I found, Apple Watch, and then plus there's all the driver's license on the other side, but that's okay. I'm going to see if I can find the owner using the AirTag, because I don't know how to use that. It'd be kind of fun to try. Parts of a launch chair. The rest of the launch chair is still down there. I'm taking it out one piece at a time because it's freaking huge. And when I'm here by myself, it's just such a pain in the ass to get out. Anyway, so I'm just bringing out one piece at a time. So I think 5 more years I'll get the whole thing out. Somebody was having fun taking off their underwear, but there we go. Hey, thanks very much for Pacific Pilsner for sponsoring this dive, and glad I got about 29, almost 30 pounds of garbage out of the water, and I'm gonna clean up here before the rain comes. All right, see you guys in the next one.